think we'll start off with what I consider to be the best of the signings. That would be Ellis Harrison, 31-year-old, 400 appearances and bags of goals. Last season, scored 8 in 31 for MK Dons, which is pretty good. They have this season used him more off the bench, but 5 goals in a total of 24 games is very impressive, really. Bear in mind, he's like a super sub for them. I did a video earlier with a couple of comments from MK Dons fans, and on Twitter, there's a few very disappointed that he's left them. So, positive one, good physical player, and definitely somebody who could share minutes with Jamille Matt, if Jamille Matt is tiring, as it were. But against the likes of Bromley, we might want to play both of them up front. So we'll see. Right then, so that's Ellis Harrison is the first one. I think that's the best one. I think he's the experience we needed. Before he dropped in, it did feel like we're a bit light on experience. So that's good. Second one of the transfer window, Alfie Chang. A little bit older than George Hall, but had a similar time, really. Missed last season through injury, similar to George Hall again. Had 17 games in the Championship previous to that. So he's one of those that I think we'll be giving minutes to. Perhaps Jamie Jellis late on in games. He'll be coming on to bring that freshness to sort of maintain the press. So I think he'll be good for that. He did say on his interview with the Walsall media team that he likes to rat around and is comfortable on the ball. So I think probably challenge for Jellis's position, I think. And he's quite attack-minded as well. And he's comfortable on the ball. So that's a good one. It'll be interesting what happens when George Hall is fit. Which one of those will get the place on the bench or in the first team, as it were. So good addition there. Obviously, we're not sure what's going to happen with fitness. Was a bad knee injury. So hopefully we can sort of build his minutes, which is what the Blues obviously want. Sort of get him back into first team football, ready for next season for them. Despite a heavy injury, he was still injured in November. But they signed him on a new long-term contract. So Blues obviously have a lot of faith in him. So that's another good signing. Third one, Ethan Wheatley is a goal-scoring machine from Manchester United's under-18s. Just gone 19. From what we've seen of him so far, I think he's had a bit of a shock. After being pampered in the Man United sort of blanket, as it were, stepping down into League Two, much more physical environment into adult football as well. So he needs time to adapt, but there's no doubt that he is a clinical finisher. So I think for him, for Ethan, I think getting his first goal is going to be key. He's had a couple of decent chances. Chance against Fleetwood was a good save from the keeper. And a near post shot as well. Last time out against the mighty Salford. If either of those had gone in, that would have sort of lifted him up a lot. But I think he does look a little tiny bit lightweight. But bear in mind, he's new to the adult game, as it were. He needs time. So I think Walsall management and the Walsall fans need to give him a bit of time, really, and not judge him too harshly. When he went off against Salford, he did look like he was sulking a little bit. But if I'd been in the umbrella of Man United and then stepping into League Two and getting subbed off during a game for probably the first time in his life, you can understand where it's a difficult transition for him. The guy's got quality. if we can get the ball to his feet and get him in good areas, he'll score goals for us. So it's one of those. We've got to be patient with him, I think. Right then, but he'll obviously be having some words from Matt Sadler telling him he's got to improve his press and be more patient and be a bit more robust. But hopefully, Ellis Harrison and Jamille Matt, get my words out, will help his development massively. Next one, Levi Amanchi, 6'3", great big guy. Did well when he came on against Salford. He's one of the ones the Bromley fans said, despite his size, he's not very good in the air and doesn't really use his physicality. Walsall signed him on an 18-month contract with an option of a further year. So he is a development project. And again, having Harrison and Matt guiding him, we can perhaps get the best out of him. He's definitely got some good footwork, some good skills, and a lot of the attributes to be a very good player. Previously at Maidstone, scored 17 in 21 in the National League North, or National League South rather. So he knows how to score goals. Did have one chance against Salford. Didn't put it away, but he got into the position, which is important for strikers. Next one we want to talk about is Nathan Asimwe. He looked okay in the little bit of stuff we've seen of him, but didn't make the bench the weekend. He has said himself he's better defensively rather than going forward. So that could be one that we use in some of our tougher away matches. He might sort of come off the bench as an option for Connor Barrett or Liam Gordon to sort of aid the defence. But I say it's going to be one difficult to get him on the bench, I think, with the new players we've got coming in. Next one I want to talk about is Darius Lipsink. Lipswick. I think Lipsink is probably an easy one to say. Extra cover in the midfield. It is his first loan. So I think, depends how well he does in training, I guess. But it could be one that's just in and around the squad and getting the experience of being around adult football. He's 19, right-footed. So we'll see. I don't expect to see too much of him, but you never know. You never know. Highly rated at Stoke. When we got the suggestion coming through, or the rumour coming through, that we got a guy from Stoke, I thought it was going to be Emre Tezgel. Some people thought we might even get Nathan Lowe back, but that wasn't to be. So in some ways, Darius arriving was sort of a bit of a disappointment because we thought we might be getting Tezgel. But that's one of those. I think we'll see how he does. Final one is the one we have trouble pronouncing. Alicia Arwe, I'm going to go with. Right back for Drogheda. Was man of the match in the Irish FA Cup final, which of course Drogheda won. So excellent stuff for him and for Douglas James Taylor, of course. So similar to what we did with Evan Weir, we've sort of bought him and then loaned him back to the end of the season. So going into next season, that perhaps right back cover for Connor Barrett for next season. So that's an interesting one. Right then, so what does the squad look like now we've got all that out of the way? Well, in goal, Tommy Simpkin and Sam Hornby is, I think we're quite happy with that. Defensively, back three, the first choice at the moment is Dave, Harry and Taylor Allen. So cover for Dave would be Oshie. Some people would like to see Oshie in there. Harry Williams, cover for him would be probably Rico Brown or Oshie perhaps. Unless Daniels is fit. Donovan Daniels not quite fit. The Priest just seems to be always another couple of months away, doesn't it? And then on the left-sided centre half, Evan Weir, of course, more than adequate cover for Taylor Allen, who Taylor Allen perhaps might move forward into the midfield at certain points. So Evan Weir is one that we can definitely step in there. The wing-backs on the right, Connor Barrett, perfect replacement for him late on in games would be Albert Adoma. That's more the position we expected Adoma to be playing in. He has been sort of playing further up front, but when he switched to wing back against Salford, he did get some balls into the box, some better than others, but he's getting balls into the box. Asimwe, of course, is cover again, more long-term cover if there was an injury to Barrett. On the left side, Liam Gordon is, of course, our starter, with Asimwe is also cover for that position as well. He can play left or right side. And Evan Weir, of course, he can also play left wing back. And with his delivery, some excellent crossing ability, he is a player that perhaps many think, including me, deserves more minutes. So maybe he might get a run out instead of Gordon on occasions. We'll see. In the middle, Ryan Sturck as CDM. Comley is the first replacement for him. Maybe Charlie Lakin can also step in there. Maybe even Chang, Alfie Chang. But Sturkey's there, and let's hope he can carry on in that position. He's okay. On the right side, Jellis is the first choice there, I would say, with Oshie occasionally going in there. I think we are more balanced with Jamie Jellis in that position. Alfie Chang, I think, will be the guy that will be covering and coming in late on in games to maintain the press, maintain the energy. And of course, when George Hall is fit, he'll be looking for that spot as well. On the left side, Charlie Lakin is the first choice there, I think. Taylor Allen can step into that. Lip sync potentially into there. Oshie, not so much that left-hand side, but it's possible. And if Jack Earing gets fit, he would, again, be another option there. Which brings us to the attack. And it's quite nice, really, Walsall to have this many options all over the pitch, really. It's a nice change. And our position in the league and the season we're having sort of shows you that having a deeper squad does make a big difference. So up front, first choice front men, Jamille Matt. Who would be the choice to play alongside Jamille Matt? Interesting one. It could be Harrison, you know. I think against the likes of Bromley, maybe those physical teams that like to just pump balls into the box, having two big physical presences there could be the way to go. But cover for Matt would definitely be Harrison. So having two target men up there is good. Flash, I think he's off the bench, maintain the press late on in games is an option coming on for Harrison or for Jamille Matt, of course. And then we've got DJ. If we need a goal or two, DJ last 15, 20 minutes. Basically, if we're getting the ball into the box and it's just not dropping for us, you want to play like DJ in there to get that ball over the line. And I think DJ is much fitter now, fitter than he's been at any point in the season. So I think it is time that he started getting more minutes. I don't think he should be starting, though. I don't think he should be starting, but I think he should be getting more minutes. So last 20 minutes of games, particularly in games we're looking to where we need a goal. That leaves two more. Levi Amanchi. Because we've signed him on an 18-month plus a year option, he's definitely a player that we're looking to develop. And as I said earlier, having Ellis Harrison and Jamille Matt to sort of bounce off and learn from, I think will be great for his development. So that is good one. I think he's going to be on the bench for most of it. And then, of course, the other one is Man United super youngster, Ethan Wheatley. Is he going to get a start? I think, for the moment, I think Jamille Matt and Wheatley up front to start games, and then maybe changing Wheatley in the second half for the other guys, sort of Flash, Harrison, DJ, and perhaps Levi. So we look at the bench for our normal starting 11. Who's going to be on the bench? There's going to be some players missing out. So Hornby's in goal, goalkeeper cover. Weir, Oshie, Chang, Adoma, DJ, Wheatley. That would leave off Levi, Comley, Flash, and Lip Sync. So there's going to be a few that aren't going to make the bench. But it's good to have so many options. Can we have too many options? I think that's a problem that MK Dons have had. And similar for Port Vale as well. They've got so many options. They're sort of changing the team around too much. But I think Matt Sadler is quite sensible. He'll be keeping the team fairly consistent as much as he can. And then bringing people off the bench to sort of freshen things up and keep the intensity there. So overall, am I happy with the transfer window? We would love to have got Nathan Lowe back, but that was never going to happen. We would love to have got Tezgel, but that was always going to be tough. But I'm happy. I think if we hadn't bought Ellis Harrison in, I would have been a little bit nervous about the lack of experience in the team, particularly the cover for Jammer, because we've seen the last couple of games without Jamille Matt, we do drop off our levels quite a lot, both defensively and up front. So having that extra cover in does give me a lot more confidence that we are now set up, ready to push on, and hopefully get promoted and might even claim the title. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe and all that, and join the journey, the joy and the pain. Thanks for watching. Yeah, you'll see some of our sponsors here. So thanks again to Leemore Winders, Smashburger as well, and the Turmeric Company. And Cleaning with Class have been with us for a long while now. So any cleaning duties that need doing, they're the people for that. Thanks for watching. Cheers.